Well, hello there, Libra. Welcome on into your mid-October money and career tarot reading. I hope you're doing well out there. But we're going to jump into some of these blue and gold tarot and just see where the reading takes us. We're going to begin with an overall energy, and then we'll pull, I think, about 4 more or so to kind of support the continuance of the reading. But this one wants to come out. Nope. The Page of Pentacles feels relevant, but not your overall energy. For Libra, right from the middle, we're beginning with the 3 of Pentacles. Absolutely beautiful. And so it kind of reminds me of your general mid-month reading for October, where it was all about you. It's all about Libra. And so this is kind of coming into play for your money and career matters as well. While you feel this is kind of partially the energy when it comes to your spirituality, while spirits are really focused upon you making the best out of the finances coming in at this time, and increasing your savings while managing and even spending your money otherwise quite wisely. But then when it comes to business and or job related matters, let's just say career matters, people are starting to pay very close attention to this Libran collective, and it's coming through differently than it once did or almost did, okay? It feels like you are in a state of commanding certain levels of important, even beneficial attention, to the point where things are growing, things are progressing. You feel to be, as a Libran soul, career-wise, on the up and up. And you may not feel this energy even when watching this reading or previous to it, but trust and believe the energy is at this time more than ever, and has been to an extent shifting for you to the point where now you can really eat up the success that you're meant for. You can, soak up this attention like we mentioned in your mid-month general reading, to the point where it benefits your money and career status to such an amazing extent, excuse me. And they want to remind you that in the midst of being paid very close attention to, in the midst of gaining, levels of progression and other, abundance that you need and want at this time more than ever, it's okay to stumble. It's okay to be a little bit awkward. It's okay to feel a little bit off at certain points. What you're actually creating is this relatability, this personability, this down-to-earth but very spiritual kind of energy about yourself, about whatever you're connected to at that point, whatever you're committed to. And there's sort of a fertile energy as well, as we will now pull the other 4. It feels like you are feeling this more than ever. You may see bunny rabbits quite often, things like butterflies symbolizing transformation and transition. It feels like spirits are not messing around when it comes to this Libran collective, which may play into the energy that I'm now picking up on, where you could be enjoying yourself a bit more. I see a bit of improvement for some of you in regards to this, where you're not as head in the clouds, you're not as heavy in energy or heavily affected, but you are connected to and affected by energies from both realms either way. You might have a lot going on, a lot on your plate like myself, which is understandable, right? It's relatable once again. But there are moments where Spirit's saying, loosen up a bit, enjoy yourself a bit more. This doesn't have to drain you, it doesn't have to deplete you, and it doesn't have to feel heavy. It's not meant to, right? It's supposed to be these lighthearted moments where you, in a way, kind of connect back to what's at hand in a different light, in a different way, to the point of more colorful results, right? And you'll be hearing a lot in regards to your work matters, what you put out there. A lot of which is going to come through in the words of thank you, I appreciate you, I love your work, I like your work, you really helped me, I appreciate you if I didn't say that already. But the Queen of Cups, to move on to the main part of your reading, because this came out in the reversal. And so stepping into this period, you may feel a bit emotionally disconnected. You may feel a bit emotionally or fully emotionally dry. And you may feel like, I don't have a lot left to give to what's at hand, what I'm continuing. But then Spirit's saying what's happening is, again, this energy shift, this change within you, and this refreshing kind of takeover for the energy. And otherwise, I know that wasn't the best wording, but it's leaving you feeling like this is churning in the upright to the point where you're now more connected once again. You're feeling emotionally wrapped up in what's at hand, but not to a detrimental extent, okay? It doesn't ruin the quality of what's at hand. It doesn't damper things, and it doesn't take you away from the benefits that you're meant to create more than ever. And so people notice you as somebody as well, where you're an example more than ever, that when you choose to fill up your own cup, when you choose to get back up when life kicks you down, you then come out the other end shining brighter than ever. You then create and develop more productively, more creatively, more colorfully, more than ever. But then the Knight of Swords says that there's a very active way about you. You know, you're not just sitting around, you're not dilly-dallying. You may feel like, for some of you, I have to make up for lost time. That's not really the case. It may feel like it at certain points, but really what you're meant to be doing is taking charge of these newfound levels of energy and motivation otherwise, even, you know, inspiration coming to be at certain points, you know, from different avenues, and run with it in a sense. You know, you can be sitting and creating like I am. You can be quite still in the moment of, you know, accomplishing somehow. You could even be up and about, you know, moving and grooving and, you know, being very active in that sense. But regardless, they're saying run with whatever positive inspiration, creativity, motivation comes to be. Because I really feel like spirits are active in regards to this, while they're saying, here's a little bit of natural energy, Libra, run with it. You know, we need you to be creating. We need you to be inspiring others, including yourself. We need you to be, you know, active in regards to getting things to where they need to be. But the Page of Cups as well, because there's sort of a beginning again kind of an energy, while they're really wanting you to let go of the past, while it will come into play in certain significant key ways. But overall, especially when we take a step back, we're not where we used to be, you know, as Libras. We're not, you know, as unadvanced. That's not even a word. There's a lack there of advancement in comparison, you know, to where you're at now, right? And so we need to recognize that you have the tools, the abilities, the manifesting ways to change what you have not been completely satisfied with, right? And I feel this Libran collective is more than ever seeing the energies we've been speaking upon transitioning into a state of, it's like progression once again, but more than just that. It's like some of you are experiencing the squashing of stagnancy, or, you know, back and forth, up and down kind of energy. And you're more than ever vocalizing what needs to be vocalized, but also I see some of you, especially in a specific job or two, biting your tongue more strategically. You're thinking, well, I've been too vocal, maybe a bit too brave, too bold in certain ways, where I feel a lot of you, the Aries full moon and whatnot played into that. But I do see this being a time where there's a nice delicate balance being recreated, where you get your voice out there strategically and purposely, while also biting your tongue and being more strategic in that way. But the Page of Wands as well is talking about you being somebody of passionate communication to the point of great change, great results. As it gave me kind of a, okay, that was absolutely a bug. Wow. Please tell me that you guys saw that. I was thinking it was a spiritual occurrence, but that was a pincher bug. Anyways, you're going to feel like even if there's any potential harmful or disturbing energies, you're good. You know, I could have been pinched by that bug, but I wasn't, right? Even if I once would have been. Anyways, shifting on forward to the last of your 4 cards on the board would be the 6 of Pentacles, because you're in a period in the remainder of October where the rewards, the abundance in a multitude of forms is yours for the taking, easily flowing in for you, easily growing and simply coming to be. It seems like you're going to really reward yourself as well in small ways for, you know, making it past a certain point, or, you know, maybe it's about not giving up for some, but for a lot of you, it's about, you know, really getting back on the bandwagon is what I'm hearing, with certain routines that leave you with consistent progression and, seeing the results that you truly deserve and need even once again. But let's clarify that one. The King of Pentacles. And so they're saying to sit back in your throne, Libra, and accept the fact that things aren't what they once used to be, all right, the way they used to be. And it feels like you are being viewed noticed as this very advanced, very talented individual, somebody who is meant to go the distance, somebody who has been through a lot, and that will play into your success now and more so moving forward. You're going to feel like people want to help you go further, to help something succeed more. And I feel like people will start to more than ever respect this Libran collective as things grow and develop, like we've been saying, as they're meant to. And they want to wrap up this reading by saying, make a wish in regards to your money and or career. For there's a sense of luck on your side, but also a real energy on your side spiritually, where if you make a wish, it will be fulfilled in due time, all right? It feels like this is a time for this Libran collective to feel more rewarded, again, more successful, but overall more abundant, all right? So those are your messages, Libra. I hope they were truly helpful. I am sending you, as always, so much love and light. Do take care.